what kind of terrain is it? Is it foresty, desert-like?
Sandy, rocky.
Hmm.
I'm thinking something like there are many like hills or small mountains. Like it would be a plain of soil if it wasn't for like these not very tall rocky outcroppings that are pretty common. And there are caves in some of them, and the soil in between them actually is pretty deep, like, and that's where the bones can be found.
Okay. Hilly.
That's my theory, though.
Alright. Komo, do you have any
I have posted a
suggestions?
couple suggestions for the visuals for this place in the chat. Maybe it's some sort of like a resting place where, like a valley with some sort of gas where like animals go to die.
Ooh. That looks like a gnarly place to explore, though.
Yeah, and it's literally just bones everywhere.
Some, pokey. Okay, healing, small mountains, caves. Well, kind of monster graveyard or dragon graveyard, boneyard. That could also be a location within the place.
Heck, look at the bones.
Interesting.
Let's say the citizens have a bone to pick.
Imagine that's literally how they do it, though.
And they cover their roofs with shingles.
Okay. Komo,
Yes.
Slates.
describe an ancient civilization that is said to have once flourished in the wilderness.
Could you repeat that? Well,
Uh,
that was one. What?
Describe an ancient civilization that
Right.
is said to have once flourished in the wilderness. That's yeah. Here's the line.
So there's just buildings or the remains of such sticking out in the forest.
Essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have to be anything in particular? Like, what are the limitations? I can't say like, oh, hey, they have like these ancient magical magitech things, right? Or can I?
Pretty much anything, really.
Okay, in each case, I would like to actually stick with magitech.
Okay.
So the ruins of civilization with glowy bits that nobody knows how to use. And sometimes if you go into one, some kind of golem will smack your head.
Cool. Magic runes.
Which is problematic when you are trying to loot their bones for profit.
Okay. What sort of beings comprise this ancient civilization? Were they human, lizard people, something else?
All lizard people would be a safe bet. Plus, there's a lot of references that we can use, like, say, Warhammer.
Nice. According to legend, how did the Great Society meet its end?
Too many bones.
Ice
not enough
Age.
graves.
Ice Age, I suppose,
Ooh.
because they're cold-blooded.
Yeah,
Ran out of fuel.
and the post-glacial terrain is why there's a valley and there's the various huge rocks and so on. Lots of stuff left over when the glacier retreated.
Okay,
That
if you
said,
say-
we do have examples of, like, lizard races surviving. Like, for example, in Endless Legend, they just wear a lot of furs, so they're all fluffy.
but they didn't produce their own first, so...
So, were you going to say
So,
something?
so they were taken out by the Ice Age.
Yeah.
Cool. Ice Age. And what remnants of the existence lie scattered throughout the wilderness? Kind of already answered by the Magitek ruins, golems. Do you want to add something? Like
Advertisements.
Well, since they were lizard folk, they obviously kept bigger reptiles as, like, pack
Maybe.
animals and food sources and so on. So,
wild dinosaurs.
dinosaurs, dragons, of course, these are also, well, mostly dead, but that's a lot of them bones.
Maybe they were big before, but now there's like just kobold-sized because of the temperature difference.
Oh yeah, some of the reptiles probably survived, yeah.
Alright. Do you have some detail for what sort of buildings they would have had?
Well, the Warhammer guys just went with straight up Mayan pyramids, but that would be silly. I don't know. I just personally don't appreciate this kind of aesthetic.
I don't
But
know,
I'm
what
open
kind
to
of
suggestions.
what would lizards want? Like with their weird little grabby hands.
It's probably gonna be all bulbous and such, like little nests and whatnot.
That sounds cute. That sounds like cute architecture.
So it's rounded buildings
Now you
with
could,
a little hole.
or you could mix it up a
around.
bit. Like they have a distinction. Like if it's round, it's a house. If it's square, it's a shop or a workshop or something.
I suppose.
And of course, places where they can, like, roof accesses with sunbasket terraces, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Oh, here we go.
Scaly fuck dragon.
They're actually very good at diplomacy in that particular game.
They got big hands
some
for
reason.
good shakes.
Yes.
Okay, this guy's like, you look very lonely today.
Yes. That's literally it. Also, did somebody say? Where's that? Did somebody say big hands?
Oh my god, I love how they get a diplomatic victory right at the end. Like that.
Um,
Oh, that's a huge hand!
okay.
That's how you properly greet elves.
And were there any other lost civilizations in the area? This is for the two of you. Do you have any lost civilizations you want to add?
Who? Me?
You and Mina. Do you have ideas for other lost civilizations that might have flourished here in the ages past?
So, other than the
Yeah.
reptile one.
Yeah. Like,
I guess the reptiles were like the dominant ones, so
well, there could have been like layers of civilizations here. There might
I
have been.
kind of personally like the idea of like an Earth sign race. Like, the Ice Age is slowly waning off, the lizard folk are gone, and so these thick-furred bears come in and they try to take over the lands, but eventually, as the Ice Age ended, they're like, you know, we can't really handle this. Like, we don't know what the hell we're doing, and they just sort of dissolved as the government fell apart.
Alright. So we have bear people coming after the
The fancy stuff.
ice. Yeah.
Bear people look like bear but walk like people. Yeah.
The one thing we need now is the crab people.
Did you say
So-
crow people? I think I have a picture
Cra-
like that.
No. Well, crab people, yes, that's actually a great idea, but I meant crab, as in crabs.
Crabby.
But crow people would be like better, basically raven people who would come to salvage.
Yes, and
Oh.
they just the whoever remains, they don't talk to people. They just sit on buildings and they yell at people.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Maybe.
Fast! Fast!
So, according to legend,
Hmm.
what happened to the bear people?
Crabs.
What do you say?
What happened to the bear people, according to legend?
Well, there are two main theories. The first one is that the bear people just kind of grew too fast. Like they were basically nomadic barbaric. So when they actually started to grow, they were like, "What the? How do we organize?" And so they kind of just fell into disrepair. But the other legend, which is the one people like to tell, is that the bear people found they found essentially a gun. They found a gun, and they tried to make another gun, and then very quickly it just dissolved, and everyone started shooting each other.
I have a perfect picture for that, I think.
Like they devolved into wars. They were like, we have the ultimate weapon.
Hey,
Here,
Bonus
here's the
points.
perfect
It was
image to
shaped like a
represent
shark.
Europe. I love that guy's face.
Also, that little video with the crow people.
and what kind of stuff did they leave behind?
They mostly left behind the things they used were like tents and stuff. So there's like skeletons of tents in some cities, but it's like you could easily mistake it for just the city itself. What they really left behind is mines and like excavation efforts into some of the ruined buildings of the lizard civilization and such. So it's like you walk into a building and you see like small signage and stuff and books that don't fit.
Mm.
It's like
I
they
also
literally-
have a picture for that. Boom.
They also probably left behind like small like trail markers because they are a nomadic tribe. They would naturally mark their trails. Of course, maggots.
It's probably not a world that likes to dig into in the ruins because they're deadly, and also they don't really maintain them as cultural things because the survivors are not numerous enough and nobody else cares.
Mina, did you have a ancient civilization you would have wanted to add?
Okay, so my idea is as follows. Let's say there was like a single very powerful being back in the day of the lizard people, and that being was like, I don't know, let's say a demon or a dragon or both at once or whatever. Some powerful mythical being, and it just garnered a bunch of like other races as its followers that treat it like a living god.
I know.
And so there were like temples to that being and so on. But the reptile people knew that it was no god, but rather just an enemy for them to defeat.
Did it go like this?
With the crabs.
It could have been a crab demon if you wish, and then it's like bless people. People like very honored people could like drink its blood or something and turn into like crab monsters.
But I didn't mean specifically crustaceans. It's just that the dude became a god for crustaceans under the sea,
I see.
and I meant that the
Crow
situation
people.
about this god was like that. He just shows up and people just join because it's interesting or they're
Yeah.
curious.
Anyway, eventually the civilization of that encountered a civil war where a pretender tried to become a second god and depose the current one. And that civil war allowed the reptile people to defeat both of them, and the civilization came to its end, leaving behind temples probably.
Okay.
Temples and various like evil-like magical artifacts, whatever.
Hmm. Cool.
Blessed with that dark god beam's power.
Nice. Alright.
Yeah, the crow people are just that, triangles with scarves. So yeah, so when people basically in the modern life see those little triangles on the walls, and they're hieroglyphs. They try to decipher them, but it's basically crow people selfies, group selfies.
What if it's an alternative universe where everything is realistic except for crows that look like this?
Hmm. Right.
I'm actually curious about the biology of this.
They're just magical constructs. There are no like natural crows in this world.
Okay,
Those
yes.
are all that.
Mina,
And
in your civilization, what kind of people were they? Were they also lizard people or something else?
well, they could have been.
Or
Well, some of them probably were lizard people, and some of them were probably, whatever other races can be found in the area. I mean, some of them were probably humans and whatever else.
alright.
Just whoever decided to follow the demon, dragon, crab, whatever, monster god.
Demon dragon crab.
I mean, I don't know. If any other player wants to have any input on that, then
Right.
I mean, it's a
Okay.
thousands of years old legend lost to history.
A demon dragon monster god is not an impossible thing for me to roll on the monster generator I have for the game. So yeah, that is quite plausible.
Heck.
Ah. Okay, that's douche. And Sapphire.
Yes.
We now move on to the Map the Wilds portion. Name a region within the wilderness, define the proceeding step, and draw this region's outline on the map.
Okay. So how big can a region approximately be?
Ah, well, the
It has to be adjacent to the border, right?
close to the border, but we have a lot of map here, so go as big as you want, basically.
Yeah, I'll keep it nice and simple. This is like off. What is it? That's a little thick. Let's fit this a little more in line with what everyone else is doing. Regular, I think regular. Yeah. Okay. Give me a second. There we go.
Oh no, we missed an opportunity for beetle people.
God. Let me just draw.
Oh, are you people basically building a planet that is basically like a food chain historified?
I don't know.
Because I think you are. Yeah, Alan probably misses some kind of plant people somewhere in the middle.
Okay, well, that's a good-sized region.
That's a little bigger than I thought it would turn out, but there you go.
That's what you said.
I'd say it's a bit better, maybe, than, well, previous group were very conservative with their region sizes, so it's
My map is
nice.
freaked out. He won't zoom properly anymore. Whatever.
Okay. E region. What kind of defining terrain the region has?
Let's think. The defining terrain is mostly bone shit.
Alright.
Maybe this
And
is this is like the section where the bones get a little bit thinner. Like this is off to the side where like the smaller animals that can't travel as far go.
oh yeah, you can also write stuff on the map, so
Okay. So what they
you
call?
can.
Oh, I know a nice name. I know a nice name now. Oh, let me just.
Found a couple more images with a bone architecture.
It's called Tailbone Creek because the bones there are smaller. And people find a lot of tailbones in the water.
Nice. Okay. So what kind of terrain is it? Otherwise,
It's nominally more mountainous and hilly towards the east, but the vast majority of the environment is it's just kind of flat hills and stuff. There's a lot more vegetation because a lot of things die here, so the ground's very fertile. Kind of like lazy hills with a lot of trees.
Mhm.
Basically an average forest if you really think about it.
Yes. Yeah. Alright. Easy hills with forests. Okay. And then recount the fact or rumor about the region.
A fact or rumor? Well, we have the tailbone thing. Ooh, I like a fun little sort of legend, because this is exactly the kind of stuff that commoners would think of. Is if you can find a whole tail somehow, knowing it's a whole tail, you get 7 days of good luck.
Mm.
It's also probably one of the more explored areas of the frontier.
Mm.
Which doesn't say much because it's mostly unexplored, but it's like, you know.
Well, like stuff that's closest to the border is going to be.
They have
more
some
explored.
idea, compared to no idea.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to restart my computer real quick. I'll be back in a moment.
Tick time.
Okay. And Mina, also a region. You get to draw an outline of a region on the map. Size can be anything really. From 1 hex to how many hexes you want.
Okay.
Close to the border.
So let's say that the region is. Can I do like a mountain range?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so the mountains would be not entirely close to, like, not. It gets more mountainous towards the east, said, so I guess let's put them like. This weird dog, and I might draw some vague triangles to indicate these mountains. Wow.
Nice.
Is one of them a volcano? Who knows?
Mountains.
There be mountains in them there hills.
Okay. Recount a fact or rumor about the region. And you can also name it if you want.
So, rumor about the region.
Fact or rumor. Is there gold in them there hills?
there are still especially large, like feral, dire bears in the caves in the mountains
Hmm.
that hunts like similarly large game, and the bones of such a bear are obviously very valuable.
Okay. And that's kind of on the long side.
So
Mm, mm. Oh. There's several bears in the region. Well, Komo is
so
not
for
bad.
a name,
Bear mountains.
I want to I want to include claw in the name somehow.
Ah. Hmm. Well, seeing how these go. Laws of the world. Laws of the laws
Yeah,
of
I
the
guess
great bear. Hmm, like a
claws of the world seems pretty good, and first they will be called the claws for short. So
I like the
yeah.
idea. Just look all the way over there and people saw it from a distance.
yeah.
Laws of the world. Or horse. Alright. Komo is still restarting his computer.
Yeah,
So
that could
of
take a
course
bit.
it would. So of course it would take like a superhuman hero to take on a house-sized bear.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not house-sized, but like 5 meters long.
I'm imagining that the size of the bears gets larger with every retelling of a tale.
Yeah, although they are like maybe they're just like elephant-sized.
Nice. Elephant bears. See.
Is this your home?
Oh, there have been some pretty huge bears. Sized bears. Mm. Mm. Yes, there. Make it. Yes. Mm. Anything so close. Yes. Alright. Komo, are you live?
Yes, I'm back.
Ah, awesome. Okay, you get to draw a region on the map.
Awesome. I need to log in first into Roll20.
Ah.
Some sort of accessibility feature activated that messed up everything, so I would click and a bunch of windows would open.
Ooh,
So I had
okay.
to restart. It's because I touched something on my tablet that I don't know what it does.
So yeah, you get to name one region within the wilderness and draw its outline on the map.
I want the Hot Springs Canyon.
Hot Springs Canyon. And yeah, draw them on the map.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, I need to drag this across. Okay. So in particular, I suppose with it. Oh, sorry. Freehand. And small. There we go. Ooh.
Okay, that's a
Something like this. Oh.
bit more distant.
Huh?
It's a little bit farther away from the border, but okay. Dang, that's a huge canyon.
Well, let's say that there's a chance that some particular civilization has survived in it and has survived the Ice Age.
Okay.
Specifically because of the hot springs. So they have like a small town or an enclave or something.
Alright, so that's the fact or rumor about the place then?
Yes.
Cool. Something. Springs Canyon. So it's a canyon filled with hot springs.
Yes.
Oh, it's simple enough.
Sounds like a great place to get boiled.
Hmm. Springs
Maybe there's a
Canyon.
bunch of sulfur there and such.
Hot Springs
Let's
Canyon.
see. Yeah, I had an image somewhere to provide a little bit of reference. I'll try to dig it out.
Okay. Sapphire, do you want to create another region?
Sure, I'll mix. I've got a fun little idea for a small region. Boop. Boop. Okay. Let me just pull up my text tool. What am I gonna name this place? Because I know what it's gonna be. This is like I said with the other place, the Tailbone Creek, is that towards the east are like more mountainous terrain. This is where that gets a little bit more like straight mountain, and the place itself is it's known for one. There's like places where just ribs are sticking out of the mountain, like big bones. But what really sets it apart, what really is the part, is that in some random places, in certain nooks and crannies, you will just randomly find these caves, sort of looking like they're houses, like they've got windows and door holes, but there's no signs of civilization. And the rumor is, if you sleep in one of those houses, you'll wake up in a dream world of that place's distant past.
Oh heck.
And it is called the Little Township.
What was like a mountainous place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like super huge mountains like the Claws of the World, but just like mountains.
Okay. Minna, a region if you want to create one.
Okay, so we seem to have like this stretch of space between the regions, and there was this sign of the Ice Age, and we have the canyon. So I'm thinking that there was this place where the glacier came and went, because there was a glacier. So I guess I'll go with my original idea, which would be like, I guess, take up most of this remaining space. Or something like this. The two blue lines secting off this place.
Ooh. The highway to hell.
Well, the frozen over hell, rather. Or at least
The
it
place that
used to
stayed
be.
cold afterwards.
No, it didn't. But basically, I'm thinking this is the land of many lakes.
Ooh.
Like, the terrain is uneven, so there are many ups and downs.
So there's many places for water to pool up.
Yeah. And there are many hills, because,
Uneven.
yeah. Of course, the further east, the more mountainous it gets because of the proximity to the claws. And the further south, the township border is also, like, it doesn't just cut off. But down the middle, I guess there could be like a river or something. I don't know. Should we put down a river or is that later?
Well, if you want to draw a river, go ahead.
Okay, well. I mean, I don't know where would the... where would the river originate, or what is...
Well, there are mountains nearby.
Yeah, there are like mountains everywhere. So I guess I'll just slap a river like... Let's say that at least some amount of river exists down the middle of the area. Like going roughly something like this. And you can continue it however you want into the explored area.
Alright.
Or you can decide that it actually originates in the claws, like this, and it doesn't actually go that far north.
Alright.
I guess that would imply that there is like a big seat. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Oh, sorry, this is the different color. I want the Icyrin Cyan, please. Thank you. Okay, so it goes like something like this.
Oh. Alright.
So there are various like small hills. And there are various lakes. I don't know, like bits and bobs.
Yeah.
Many lakes, many of them connected like by natural paths.
Mm. We'll reverse connecting them.
Well, not even rivers, it's more like that
Oh,
the lakes were close enough by that
mm.
they are separate just in name only.
Right. I don't know what those connections might be called, but yeah.
Snake housemaid, what the hell? That's a big snake.
Okay, so a name for this region and some fact about this region.
Hmm. Land of 1,000 lakes.
Yeah.
Just Finland.
Yeah. I mean, you would know because you've had the real glacier over there, yeah, so you would know.
Yeah, we have a lot of lakes.
So yeah, I guess this middle part is very Finnish-like, actually. Okay, so the Cradle Valley, because this part would be like the river was there. The rivers are good for civilization, so this is where the bulk of the lizard civilization was.
Oh.
And they moved further south into the canyon as the Ice Age happened. And so, like, more of the various old civilization stuff can be found here than in other areas. Like,
Nice. So is that the rumor or fact about this place?
yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I mean, the rumor might be that they're like the capital city of the ancient lizard civilization was somewhere in this region, and no one has found it yet, but who knows?
Nice. Okay. Komo, do you want to add the region?
Nothing comes to mind off the top of my head, but I'll draw something if I can think of something. Probably some landmark that you could actually use and to orient yourself on in the wilderness.
Funny thing. Next part of the map creation is landmarks.
Oh, so I should keep that for later then. Okay.
Yep.
Well, if you can't think of a name but still want to create one, there's a random generator. Well, I have a random generator thingy.
Are there any particular limitations on this stuff?
Nope.
As in, should it be realistic or can it be just like, I don't know, a floating mountain?
Sure. I think that's
Go nuts.
yeah. The whole point's that it's weird, untamed wilderness.
Hmm. In which case, I want to find an appropriate image for this, because I have exactly.
Like the previous thing had a floating castle that rained down blood constantly on a mountain. So
Wow.
go nuts.
Go Doctor and Donuts.
And also a region that is basically the capital city of trolls from World of Warcraft. Uh,
Man, this map's looking good.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the regions are nice and big. Like,
What you
like,
said?
like comparatively the regions of that the previous group created were like 1 or 2 hexes big, mostly. So these are nice and big.
Can you find the picture, Komo?
Still looking. I know where it should be, but I can't find anything
Like a month.
for it.
Let's see what I can roll with this.
Ooh. Two is
Two.
the second number in D12, so it must be good.
Let's see.
I found the one I was looking for and a few more. So you guys take a look at these and tell me what you think. If any of these catch your eye.
Ooh.
Damn, that looks cool. Oh, those are the resources, aren't they?
Oops. Alright. Crystals.
Yeah, there's are various crystals. Nice.
Crystals poking out everywhere.
There's even this silly thing.
Giant honeycombs.
Nice. I kinda like the look of the honey mountains.
They're adorable.
It's probably giant wasps or bees.
Mm.
Not the bees.
Not the RBs.
Bees the size of dogs. Mm. Alright. Do you want to draw that region somewhere in the map?
Yeah, I suppose.
That was the Komo's turn.
How about those giant things like that look like they fell from space or something?
Okay.
Those half meteorites.
Yep. Oop. Sorry. This is really awkward.
C'est la vie.
Landfall.
Yeah, such is life.
Hmm.
Also, I need to select a thinner font
I got a good meme here for y'all.
for y'all.
Yeehaw!
Drops.
Wow, this is really weird.
Eh,
You yeed your last haul.
Yeah. That looks like one of those horseshoe crabs from above.
It does.
Oh, is that a region or is that like a huge thing within a region?
It's just a particular region which has these things.
It's a region that is
So-
shaped like the things that are in it. Why not? It's fun.
Yes.
And I'm hoping for like an outline border.
Oof. No, that doesn't seem to follow the rest of the map. So I would probably draw like a big one and then just outline it.
Okay.
Nah.
I mean, I would start with the border and then say that, yeah, these giant things are found within it.
Mm. Yeah, draw the shape and then draw a border around it.
Yeah, like that. Well, this one is going to be circular. With this thing in the middle.
Like a word that comes to mind will be like tearfall.
Say again?
Tearfall, since they sort of resemble like tears.
Hmm. Sounds interesting, yeah. It's probably like a meteorite impact where the forest is just gone and these things are around. I cannot draw circles.
Yeah, actually, there's the draw shape thing. You can use that.
Yeah,
to-
but it wouldn't look like hand drawn because I think that's the kind of thing we're going for. Oh, oops.
Yeah.
Good enough. Okay, is it possible for me to just import an image into this? Just copy paste it? Let me see if I can do it.
I'm not so certain if players can do that. Or like I can upload stuff into my token library thing.
Could you do that with the S-rate image? So we can just place it on top of this or like at the bottom.
Okay.
Let's see if I actually have this kind of functionality.
Blood crystal.
No, it doesn't look like it. Oh well. I'm gonna paste the thing in Discord for you. There you go.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I already.
And the name Teardrop, you suggested that one, right? That
Yeah.
sounds good. That sounds great, actually. That's better than what I had in mind.
Cool. Okay. Upload.
Oh, it's so hot here. Or maybe it's just my fever. Does this make noise for you? I have a fan on.
Good, it's fine.
Okay.
And barrel.
It's fine. It's fine.
Let's see how this looks when I dropped it into this thing. Right. Buttons.
Can I give
That's
you a
flash
couple of
card.
quick tips?
Yep.
First and foremost, don't go to the non-token layer so that it doesn't snap it to grid. I think if you go to map layer or something, you can make it, and then set it to is drawing so it won't like try to forcefully reshape it.
Hmm.
Almost
Yeah,
worked.
seems so. Advance. Scroll.
Maybe if you go to the GM overlay layer, set it to is drawing, and then drop it into the map layer. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I just had to stretch it out to its original dimensions.
That looks good enough.
Yeah. Thanks.
That's pretty. Also, Morrowind music is nice.
Beautiful. Okay. And what? So it's a kind of blasted ground, blasted land full of these weird meteorites, or whatever they are, crystalline meteorites. What kind of fact or rumor is there going about this place? Fact or rumor?
Well, let's say that those who can forge weaponry from these things, it's basically like meteorite metal.
Does the metal have any special properties that rumors would speculate about?
Maybe, well, maybe the legend goes that basically it can cut through other weapons, but it's pretty much just because it has some sort of alloy in it, which makes it a little bit more sturdier than regular iron, for example.
I mean, it'd be cooler if like there's something like, well, it's a king slayer. Like anything you make of it will slay a king because it's stronger than the conventional steel a king could afford, or something like that.
Oh, Sephi, did you post this thing or did you send me this thing where there's basically an orc in like Lord of the Rings setting where they found an elven sword, and elven swords glow in the presence of orcs, but it glows for them all the time, so they don't know that it glows in. They just know it as a glowing sword.
That's cute. I didn't post that, no.
I found this thing somewhere though, so yeah.
Okay, Minna.
Yeah.
Now we move on to landmarks.
Okay.
You can add a landmark to the map. Landmarks might be ruined towers, dead trees, distinctive mountains,
Ooh, I have a
and
fun one in mind.
any semi-permanent feature that will be known and used as a reference point by the locals.
I see, reference point, right. So I'm thinking about, do I get how do I do this ping thing that you did?
What?
Yeah,
You just click and hold.
Yep.
right. So I'm thinking of putting it somewhere like here-ish,
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
and it would be the place where the demon dragon monster crab thingy was slain, ultimately.
Oh.
And so, it's demon dragon blood seeped into the soil and has caused the place to become somehow corrupted or monstrous. There could be, for instance, like a huge black tree, black and red and so on. And the wildlife around this place would be also.
But what is the landmark itself? Like, what do you see when you see the landmark?
Let's go with the corrupted tree then. Like,
Cool.
okay, maybe it isn't that tall, but
I mean, it's supposed to be tall because it's a navigation wide.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it is taller than any normal tree, but of
Well, you
course
could
not
you
taller.
could say something. Well, there's always like a dark cloud over it or something. Like there's something else that defines its location.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Like the sun never shines above this land.
The sun never shines because there is the dark cloud suns, both right.
Or a big fog of sorts. That's basically a cloud.
Yeah.
Man, it's not been foggy here in a while. I want a nice thick fog. Just go outside and walk.
Because the tree sips what seems to be like something, and thus the cloud stays, and yeah, basically this like an obviously evil place.
Maybe it has the consistency of a cotton candy.
Um,
Yeah, well,
yeah. So yeah, other plants within this area are also like affected and thus tend to be like black and red and generally unpleasant looking and probably poisonous.
It's like going to a hot topic.
Yeah,
Hot
and,
topic is not actually hot.
and thorny too, and the local animals are also thorny, so whatever armor you make is already studded. Lul. Okay, so do we anyone wants to suggest a name for the being that I keep referring to as?
yeah.
Ooh, it's gotta have a kinky name.
Yeah.
Ooh, something like the premature scream.
For the god itself, the demon dragon, whatever.
Okay.
You would call him the Scream.
No, the premature scream. It's like you scream before you even know he's there, because he's that terrifying. I don't know.
Let me just look up the Oskav's dictionary for that, I guess.
I have a random word generator if you want one. You could have something like the destitute blight. The misleading eye.
Safi likes this one.
Let's take a look. Oh my god, that tower looks awesome. I'm a human.
Let's-
Stop.
The
Don't
bait
eat-
and switch.
Don't eat the neighbor's cat. Oh, I missed so many memes. The fastest gun in the West.
Let's call him,
Oh yeah, the mimic. Dorf.
Savarkov.
I love his little boot. He's gonna kill him with his tippy tap.
What? Okay, well that's a name.
Savarkov.
Shafrakosh.
Ah. Safarkosh.
Okay, so the tree is known as the, well, not tomb of Safarkosh, but
Grave?
yeah, let's call the tree the grave of Safarkosh.
Because it ate somebody else's favorite cat.
I don't know. Something like the blight, the scar, or something, because he did leave like a massive impact. Be cool too.
Yeah.
But I'm just
well,
suggesting it's your landmark.
Okay, well,
Oh, that's cool. That's the hole.
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
Oh. Wait. Push. This. Grave suffer push.
Don't forget to leave flowers.
But leave as flowers.
Only
Okay.
evil characters can leave flowers.
Alright, Sephi. Landmark. Somewhere.
I got a fun one in mind, because this is the ancient lizard civilization. I like the idea of this large building that no one dares approach, because the land around it directly is treacherous. The building itself isn't too tall, but from it emits a shaft of light that you can only see within a certain distance, despite it going miles up into the sky. The closer you get, the weirder things get. Magic gets erratic. Knowledge fills your brain that you don't understand. Gravity itself starts to get lighter or heavier depending on where you are exactly. An old relic that most rumors say you should probably avoid, because whatever it is, it's gone haywire. I want to give it a fun name. Ooh. I just need to verify this word. Ooh. I want to use the word incongruous for this. Incongruous. Because it's a good way to describe what it's doing. Anyway, I got a nice word for it. This large, square-based building. Semi-pyramid, top cut off, has like 4 large streets going down the center. And I'll just draw it out a bit. And give you some idea as to what exactly I'm doing here. Let me pick my color. Thank you. No, wait, that's too steep.
Where? Ah, there.
Ooh, actually, I might just look up the source word for this, because I do want to give it a fancy name for something that someone just sees. Ooh, that's a nice one. I like that word. I want to call it incoherent something. I got the name the incoherent carousel in my head, but that doesn't really fit. It's anachronistic. But at the same time, it's like the perfect way to describe something that's this weird.
Circuit.
Ooh, the incoherent circuit. That's a nice one. We'll go with that. Just plop down a name. Boop.
Incoherent circuit. Alright. This is that building. Oh. And Komo. Landmark.
I want an inconspicuous looking well that is actually the top of the cathedral. It's like the bell tower, and you go down and there's an entire sunken city there.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
So I can't do the sands.
Okay.
So I suppose I should place it somewhere over here, a little bit off the beaten path. Let me try to draw it too.
Okay.
And where would this well be? Ooh, there.
Bit of the beaten path.
Oof. This thing is a little laggy.
Mm,
Wow. That was a glitch. It doesn't like when I press it a lot of times. I would probably require some... Oh, I suppose I can just draw like little heels or whatever.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty freaking fun. I enjoy this.
And soon we'll get to walk around in it and stub our toes on everything we've made.
Yep. There you go.
Ah, chitinous plants, red sand. Now that's some cool details.
What are you looking at?
Description Minami put up.
Ah,
Nice.
and should I name it?
Um, Sure, yeah.
Where's the text thingy? Oh, there you go.
like, let's see what we have. Uh,
There you go.
Sunken City. Okay, so it's a sunken city from which only this tower
The
or
only
well,
access point to that city is this thing. We don't know what lives inside. Maybe there's some monsters. Maybe there's nothing there.
hmm,
I want one particular detail about it is that everything is crooked. Like buildings and rooms that you would recognize, but they're all at an angle. I should have an image of that somewhere.
okay, cool. Crooked. Does anyone else have an landmark idea they might want
Here you go.
still want to add?
Also, I'm not sure how much I have it in me because my my voice is starting to go
Oh, I love that
from
crooked,
talking
but
so
yeah,
much.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
nice. It looks interesting when it's like buildings and well,
When something that
recognizable
is
shapes and
expected to be
forms.
completely regular is slightly irregular.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, we can make this a shorter thing, like just for this world creation, because I'm going to need some time to
Write this stuff up.
yeah
Okay.
write this stuff up and then make something and actual stuff for you to do. And okay, so does anyone else have a landmark they would still like to add?
Hell, let's go.
It might be good to have
Hmm.
like a landmark near the town or something. It's like the reason Phoenix is where it is.
Hmm.
I don't know. Like I like the idea of like a landmark that if you go there, you'll at least go back to civilization. It doesn't have to be like visible from far away, but it's like if you're close enough, here's how you get out of here. We could make this
Yeah.
a communal landmark, kind of like think about what this would be. It's in the uneven lands of lakes. Ooh, I got a fun idea we could do. It is a spire of permanent ice that is caused when a wizard wanted to raise the water. The spell went completely haywire, so now there's just a giant spire made of ice of a lake. I don't know.
Like like it don't have to be all that fancy. That just will just be a landmark that is visible from a long distance.
Maybe it's just something simple, like it's a particularly large hill with a big tree on it. Anyone else got any fun ideas for like the escape rope thing? No?
I mean, I like the ice spire idea, I guess, although I'm not sure if it...
Well, it's already on the map now. I spire a wizard did it. It's a tourist trap, I tell you.
Except that it's a trap in a literal sense.
You touch it, you turn into ice.
Well, yeah, if it's a permanent ice thing, so
If you touch it, your tongue sticks to it, even if you didn't touch it with your tongue.
I made the ultimate tongue trap.
If you lick this thing, you either turn into like Superman or you die. And it's a challenge for every aspiring superhero.
okay. So,
Where's this silly thing?
have you come up with names for your characters? If you have.
I'll probably go with just Komo S. Komo Sour.
Thanks. And Mina? Do you have a name for your cleric? So we have a cleric, fighter, and a magic user, I think. Yes.
Good, I can hide behind some people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm going to strap you into like this little child carrier in front of me. I'm gonna use you as armor. Would magic armor work like this? It's like you take a mage and you strap mages to yourself, and they all cost magic armor.
I think what would happen is you try to hit them, and the sword just slides between the wizards into you.
Okay. Well, usually in fiction, you don't get to kill children, so how about you make armor out of children? You just strap toddlers to
You
yourself.
just flatten them.
I mean,
you just like just strap actual babies to you, and you're now immortal.
I mean, yeah, like people do that in Dwarf Fortress, where female dwarves go into the military but still have babies and carry the babies on them while going about their military stuff.
Well,
And it just doesn't end well for the babies.
the problem
Probably
is it
not.
doesn't protect you from AoE.
So if you look at these big boys,
Oh my god, they're having a fun time. Ooh, I love their faces. I love that melt merging of fur and then bone.
what about these?
Ooh, two heads. Ettins. One eats, the other goes, go away! I'm trying to eat. I mean, I'm not trying to eat, he's trying to eat, but I'm trying to eat.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just remember that stupid picture with Siamese twins. One of them is gay and another one is not. Hilarity ensues.
Pelmer, what the fuck? That is one hell of a baby.
It's a very heavy baby.
It's a very
Name
heavy-
for my character.
Here, yeah, from that picture.
Yeah.
There. Those big boys are from this.
Ooh. Handsome.
Alright. So
I
we
mean, I wouldn't give
have,
them a kiss, because I don't know what their head's made out of, and they're probably very chilly.
So we have Birxim, Komo, and Priest of Efara sitting around the table
Do they
at
have
Yeah.
a name?
Prancing Pony.
My spells are Voracious Knowledge and Unia's Globe of Iron. So I can shoot bullets and I can eat. Which makes sense because my character is gluttonous.
Let's go with like Martin Stoneforce. I don't know.
Oh,
Nice.
ooh, by the way, I am an elf. I am respectful, I am just, and gluttonous. I have a raspy voice. And I also rolled long beard twice, so I have a very long beard.
Nice.
Which apparently happened in another game too, Belmore told me.
Yeah, we had a much less nice wizard with a extremely long beard.
What's a Lichgate?
Lichgate. I think that's another word for graveyard, if I remember correctly.
Nice. Well, that's sensible.
Yeah, well, okay, Lichgate is a gateway to a churchyard.
Okay, so maybe let's change the name from. Let's call him Yori instead.
Okay. Yeah,
Yuri
Okay.
Stoneforce.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, the stuff in your bio and info about training and professions are just I added a stuff to give you that can give you inspiration for your character. Not necessary. There's some additional stuff I threw in.
Lichgate's an awesome word. What did you say?
Hmm?
I was looking up Lichgate, so I was distracted for a moment.
Oh, I was just saying that the stuff in your bio and info about training and professions are just some additional stuff I threw in to give you some inspiration.
Yep.
Into a generator.
Yeah, I'm inspired.
Training. Someone decided to step into your body.
Well,
Training.
yeah,
You're a
like
fursuit. I don't have that little thing for my character, but whatever. I don't care.
Oh yeah, because you. Everything. Well, you have the thing in your auto character.
I'll just work with that then. Or whatever.
Okay. So Uri, Komo, and Brixim are sitting at the table in Prancing Pony.
Yes.
Discussing what dice. Okay. Brixim, from whence do you hail, and what brings you to the frontier?
Oh, where does Brixham hail from? I imagine he's not too far away because he is like, he is a man who likes his good food, so he's always lived in the higher places of society, as in he's gone to the fancier places to eat. But of course you can't maintain that forever, even as an elf. So he's mostly here because he wants to find the old recipes of yonder yesteryear. He likes knowledge, but he likes food just as much. So, hey, ancient civilization means ancient knowledge and ancient recipes.
Nice.
What if the ingredients no longer exist, or what if it's stuff like the Roman Empire fish sauce that was made by like rotting the fish for a month?
Easy enough.
Modern fish sauce is also made by fermenting a fish, I believe so.
Yeah, got 'em. There you go. That's the name.
Okay. Brixim is here to seeking knowledge
go.
and recipes.
Mm-hmm.
Fish sauce. Okay. And what about Komo? Where do you hail and what brings you to the frontier?
Well, I suppose my character has pursued several different career paths, and has not been particularly successful, but he has heard about this region where potentially he could find some trinkets to sell off, and working a farm seemed like a much worse idea than just walking around the wilderness and digging through dead people's things. I made it for the dead people's trinkets, basically.
Yep, makes sense. Like the basic motivation for for your characters in this is to get up a retirement fund of 10,000 silvers. It's the basic premise, basically. That's the thing.
That sounds good, but will I be able to carry this much?
Well, you don't have to carry it like if you look at your sheet, there's that
You put it in your
stash.
stash,
thing.
yes.
The stash is a like this. It's a thing. It's some abstracted thing where you stash your valuables.
Well, maybe I'll just transform this into, like, property and such. Buy out the inn, you know, that kind of stuff.
Could be. That could be your retirement plan. Buy an inn.
Or set up a resort in the Geyser Valley.
Yep. Alright. And Uri. Where do you hail and why are you here?
So, Yuri was a less than noble person way back home, which is quite far away into the north. Basically, he would like serve as a he would help people with burials and the like, and he would use the opportunity while like clean the corpses to, well, clean them out and pocket some nice things they were meant to be buried with. So he was kinda rude. So eventually he got found out, and then he prayed and had this divine intervention where he became possessed by a holy spirit of a pharaoh or something. That's what he claimed. And it actually turned out to be real, so, well, good for him, because that saved him from being executed, or at least tried for his crimes. And as penance, which probably may end up being a death sentence, he made this pilgrimage to the far south town of Phoenix, so that his deity's creed is to, well, help cities prosper, human settlements. So he is here to help Phoenix become a better city.
Cool. Nice.
And if that means venturing out for the ancient bones, they need to practice their craft or solve other problems. Maybe find some ancient ruins to learn more about cities and how they can work. Then that is just good with him.
Okay. Cool. And at this point, we will probably go back to the details about the town of Phoenix. Like, what is the craft that the city or town is built around?
Well, to give the original idea that if we were going to go for, like, there's bones underground you can dig up that are just as hard to steal, we'd go with that or something. Unless someone else has, like, picked up a better idea.
I
I'm
think
good.
we like kind of ran with that idea throughout the whole world generation with the dead ancient civilizations
Mhm.
and their huge reptile pack animals and the huge bears and whatever.
Bone crafting.
But what
Oh,
resource do they need?
Skirmish on. Something required for that craft. Ancient bones. Simple enough. And outgrowing a vital resource. They have a need for some resource.
Well, it could be the same bones. Is that
Oh,
they have scavenged all the usable material, and now they
All
have
the
to either
immediately
venture
available
further.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stuff
like-
you can pick up, and now you either have to excavate or you have to go into those, ruins and stuff.
deeper.
Yeah,
At
those are
least-
dangerous.
Or at least further into the frontier. Longer and longer journeys.
Yeah.
Or you could try to hunt the bears.
Hmm.
Which are in the faraway mountains to the east.
Alright. Need for more ancient bones. Nearby deposits haven't been exhausted. Well, there's a. I don't know if this is appropriate. There's the trade a steading with that resource. Like, I don't know if that's appropriate for this thing.
Well, I guess like if they can carve bones and probably also carve wood and whatever, but
Have you guys heard the news about this? On a side note.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been quite a few pictures about that in the annex. Quite a few.
Animorphs, what the hell? Waluigi Peach. Good job, Nintendo. You really fucked that one up.
Wait, what?
The Annex,
Uh,
Nordtown City Annex. Oh my god, that pregnant. Why? I can't take this. Mankind was
Yeah.
not designed to take this.
There's
There's
a-
2 Bowsers. What the? Oh no! Can't take this. I like that one where he's like, "You'll be okay," and that's true because he falls over. Oh no! This is a dark timeline. We must prepare ourselves.
Okay, who was the last to suggest something?
I don't know.
Okay, that's going down the thing. Let's go with Komo. Where is the nearest ruin, and who is said to have built it long ago?
Hmm. What do we have again? We have the bird people, or did we decide against the bird people?
Bird people. I don't. Did someone mention bird people?
Yeah, Mayo.
Ah,
I believe that was more of a joke. I think we have the lizard people, the nomadic bear
bears?
people, and the
Burr.
people around Safarkosh.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, look. Well, I
Lizards,
suppose
bears,
since the bears are nomadic, then the closest ruin, at the very least, they inhabited would belong to them. So they would probably like remove all items from previous inhabitants and just settle there. So it's like a mix of two.
Uh-huh. And where is this ruin?
Hmm.
You can add it to the map.
Yeah. Well, let's say somewhere in the middle of the Cradle Valley. How about that?
Okay.
Should I mark it with an X or?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I suppose then that's freehand. Boop, 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 boop. Well, I suppose I can mark it like a city, but like
Komo.
a little crooked and...
Komo,
What?
here's a good tip if you want to do this. See what I just did? I made that perfect hexagon. Use the polygon line tool, hold shift.
I don't see it. Where did you do that? Oh! Oh, wow.
Use the polygon line tool and hold shift and it'll automatically snip the grid.
Okay,
Nice.
so... Polygon line, and I hold shift, right?
Yes, and then click.
It doesn't do anything.
What, like this?
Yeah, you should probably draw it here.
Okay.
Just-
okay.
Keep it on.
Now I'll do it in the right color. But oh wait, that's the freehand tool.
It's
That's-
it.
That'll
yeah.
work.
Okay, I somehow managed to draw a cube. Square.
There you go.
It's
Thanks.
because you use draw sheep, which doesn't align with the grid properly.
I picked polygon line. Odd. Where is this? Whatever. Okay, so what was this ruin? Bears? Bear campment?
Yeah, I think that's what he went for.
Oof, it's kind of hard to switch between muted and unmuted. Yes, this would be the bear encampment, set in the ruins. So it would be right past the ice spire, and it would be 11 days from Phoenix. Oh my god, my throat is killing me. Ugh.
I mean, when I said the bears were nomadic, they were nomadic until they came here and were like, let's just excavate the stuff and find cool stuff.
Okay. Mina.
Yeah?
What creature among the countless known or rumored to inhabit these spots do the locals speak of most fearfully? Where is the last place such a creature was sighted?
Ooh, I like this. This question.
Well,
Like, it doesn't have to be a specific creature from anything. It can be anything really.
It could just be a name.
Yeah, like ape orb. Ugh.
I mean, it could be like something probably related to Sapphire Kosh, obviously, because
Mhm.
that's the fearful thing.
The shard.
Ooh.
Well, not as much, more like... Let's say it's an especially corrupted, like, monstrous wolf.
Ooh, nice.
There's
And,
this specific creature, and since it's a wolf, it tends to travel with a pack, and it's the alpha of that pack.
Ooh. What if the creature, instead of having a pack, it can just howl and a pack appears temporarily?
Yeah.
It travels
I
light
mean-
and alone until it must gather.
I mean, yeah. It howls, and then the other monster wolves know where to find it.
nice. And to summon its
So, what would be the name of a monster wolf? I guess. Like, what would the people call?
What does it look like? Like, looks and activities are generally good descriptors.
Okay, so, well, you take a normal big doggy, you turn it black and red, and add the, like, you know, demon, dragon, crab, whatever we decided on Sapphire Kosh
spikes.
was like. So, like, spikes, kitten plates, like armor, and the scales, like horns. All that mishmash of stuff on its hide that make it look monstrous, and it's obviously large and can't breathe fire, probably.
Wow.
Doomhound, Bloodscream, there's all kinds of names.
Dire fate.
Mm.
The blood nail. This is like throwing ideas out there.
Yeah, so a real hellhound.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That would be a Hellhound.
Oh wow, yeah, like, it's the Hellhound. Ooh.
Like there aren't like normal hellhounds as a species of monster
Yeah.
until there were, because this was it.
Hmm.
Father of all Hellhounds.
Yeah. And where was it sighted last?
Well, probably like it seems that like Phoenix and the Grave of Suffercorsh are pretty much on the same north-south axis, so any point between them, like as far as someone there to explore south and manage to meet it and escape alive, or at least sight it and escape alive. So I don't know, on the somewhere in this mountainous part of the Tailbone Creek, I guess.
I imagine that a creature like this is like you can easily spot it from a distance and be like, okay, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. So around, I don't know, here-ish, I don't know.
Okay, cool. Mhm. Okay. Dokie. And Sapphire, do you have a creature you want to add?
Ooh. I have a fun idea. Something a little bit based on the idea of the incoherent circuit and just the idea of the bears. It's a bear from yonder yesteryear that is corrupted by the things it has found, the things it has seen. It's basically just a mad bear person.
With post-traumatic stress disorder.
Sort of. And he also has all these cool gadgets, but similar to the incoherent circuit, it's like it causes chaos around. Maybe it's like that guy from No More Heroes. I think it's the second one, who was just in this suit and completely confused, and he's incidentally or intentionally attacking things out of confusion alone, or he just wants people to help him, and his gadgets are working against him.
And of course, like, even the bear people are pretty much an ancient race that the bears of the claws are thought to be like descended from. So the fact that he's still alive probably means that he's somehow timeless, thanks to the magic of the circuit.
Yes, I like that idea. But what would they
Okay.
call him?
Bringer of Chaos?
I'm gonna have so many bear puns.
I don't have the right to bear R. I need a name though. Oh,
The right to arm bears.
because I imagine this being like a relatively tall bear. He has the brown fur. He has all kinds of blue glowing gadgets on itself. Ooh.
The Ursane.
The lunar Ursine, yes. The moon bear. Because it glows
Found a
like the moon.
picture. I remembered. Let's have a look.
That's what they try to say.
The ambiguously K2O. The bear with a gun. Watch out, he's got a gun!
Okay. And where was Moonbear last sighted?
Ooh, where was Moonbear last sighted?
Why not just call him Ursa Major?
Oh, that's also a good one. Or maybe he's minor and there's an even worse one out there. I don't know. That
he's
works
a
better
minor,
if the
we-
GM
we-
does it and the players don't know. Like they're like, oh, there's
If
Ursa
he is-
Minor, so there's also Ursa Major. I have this thing in mind that's like it was spotted somewhere near here, like the south of Cradle Valley, like near the Hot Spring Valley. Maybe it was seen walking along the cliff faces of the canyon. Because it glows blue light. You're gonna see it. Unlike a grimdark wolf, he is not stealthy.
Hmm.
And he constantly plays annoying radio host programs. But
Do they have radio?
It's us and the gang. Us and the gang.
Do they have a radio in this world?
Now, I imagine that even if there was radio in this Asian Delivered Civilization, I don't think it would work anymore.
I mean, it's probably like
Is it? Oh.
it could be an artifact that received like that receives the old knowledge from the circuit.
Ooh, that'd be spooky.
Like, it could be that the circuit is transmitting the knowledge everywhere, but it's much too weak to be heard by humans
No.
outside of
Why
the
do I have a
vicinity.
feeling that? Why do I have the feeling that this particular artifact would take on the shape and form of something like a necklace of elven ears that have been dried and preserved?
Well,
Yeah,
There aren't even any elves in this universe, and still.
and isn't there one?
I'm an elf.
Oh,
Is
okay,
elven
there
liver?
is.
Is elven liver a delicacy?
It's made of lizard ears, which doesn't even make sense.
Why not?
just
Lizards can have ears. Why-
It's basically just being a running joke in the Asian community of World of Warcraft that dried elven ears are like delicacy and you can chew on them and they taste real good. So that's why we hunt elves, not because the wars and everything, but because it is.
Is it like licking toads? You just find an elf and chew on its ears.
No, it's like it's like eating meat chips
Yeah.
of your
Huh.
enemies.
Oh my god, Safi, I can't post this in the chat, but I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh no.
Komo, do you have a
Right to
creature
left.
you want to add?
Yes, I would like to add one of those robots, probably.
Oh my god,
Ooh.
Komo, what the fuck did you just...
Well, elves can have versatile roles in any group.
Did you say a robot?
Yes, one of those like Magitech constructs, like a golem, but a little bit more technologically looking.
Nice. What you
Probably styled to look like a lizard or something, but like made out of stone or
It's a real
metal.
doll.
think?
But lizard mating season is weird, so people are like, what the hell is it doing?
I would
Okay.
imagine any species sufficiently advanced will not have like a mating season at all.
Although
Hmm.
at least have real dolls.
Alright, how big is this thing? The robot.
How big is this thing? Well, I suppose it should be able to fit into like
Houses.
houses and corridors and whatnot, so no higher than 10 feet. Probably, since it's based on the lizards, and we know stereotypical lizards are like hunched over all the time, so it would be about 7 or 8 feet tall. But if you stretch it out, like from head to tail, then it's going to be like 12 feet.
Como, I
What?
have a great idea for this robot. You know how lizards can shed their tails?
Yes.
What if, like, any part of this robot you can pull off at the joint, and then that part becomes autonomous?
That sounds good. It's like one of those little robots from Big Six.
It's like killing it is a pain.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's like killing
uh,
zombies in one of those Romero movies where you just cut off the arm and the arm separately
Yeah, but
tries to strangle you.
But that also makes it like a super scary monster. It's like, okay, I cut the arm off, and then the arm just started coming at me.
Yeah.
Like, then you just run, no matter what.
Like you can take it apart maybe? Like Iron Giant, it'll just reassemble itself eventually. Like you can't break the parts themselves, but you can like hit it strong enough that it falls apart.
Okay, and where was the robot seen last?
And hopefully, if you crush it to dust, then the dust won't Or is you I see cloud of dust?
Oh, I suppose it's somewhere around the opening of the canyon.
Okay.
So that would be the little township somewhere around there, right at this little, I suppose, where it tapers off, like it's guarding the entrance or something. And it's gonna ask you questions, and it's and it is gonna ask you about the flight speed of a swallow.
Do
If
you
you ask
wish
it if
to-
it's a African or European swallow, it's just gonna explode.
Do you want to get your hand stamped so you can come in easier next time?
Hand stamped, and it just takes like a little cattle prod, and it just pokes and like burns a little sign on your head. So you, and whenever you come by it, it just looks at the thing and just lets you like a bouncer in a club.
I'm looking at your identification papers, but you are clearly not of age.
Clearly not of age. And you try to get in with a fake ID.
It's like you claim to be 18, but I can sense you are still a virgin.
Elves usually live long enough. We can just use you to get in. It's like you're probably like 200 years old or something.
And all you learned is how to eat knowledge.
Eat no.
Ooh. Ah,
I like the idea of voracious knowledge making people eat their own
Connections.
brains out.
Are you badass enough to go into this club? It's like, bitch, I eat people.
Okay.
Nice and coherent banter to keep the bear nice and mad. I really like this detail.
I like it.
Okay.
But the knowledge doesn't actually drive you mad. Like, it might make you go, what? But it's not like Cthulian knowledge.
So the robot stands there like this.
Well,
and says,
yeah,
"How
but-
tough are you?"
Is it like Nanomachine Sun style mad or?
No, it's imagine like floating
Alright.
pieces of a mannequin, right?
Yep.
And this is basically the thing. I'm gonna try to find an image of something similar to this.
All right. In the meantime, Belmore.
Yeah. Me now. What remarkable treasure was recently brought back by an expedition in the wilderness, and where is it said to have come from?
A treasure.
Treasure.
Remarkable treasure.
Well, the way I think about it, maybe something was brought from the canyon, some cultural artifact that looks new or recently made. That shouldn't be there because supposedly these things were like abandoned for 1,000 years or something.
Ooh.
How about that?
Uh-huh. And what is this thing that they brought back then?
Probably a music box. Like it's pretty elaborate music box. That doesn't look like something people usually make. Maybe it's also like some sort of puzzle to open it. Like one of those geometric like triangle thingies. I'm gonna try to find a picture.
Okay, working elaborate music box recently made from tin.
Or maybe it's just a toy. Like one of these.
Hey, we had one of those.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Oh wow, that looks pretty neat.
Yeah, and there is a little like line running for all these blocks, so you can freely rotate them, and it's under like pressure, I suppose. So they snap together. I'm gonna find a video actually because
Yeah, I got it funding. Where is it?
Oh, here you go.
Rubik's twist. If they had a name.
That's cool.
Yeah, I had that puzzle as a kid, so maybe they just literally just brought like a puzzle that is made of like one of the same material that the robots are made out of, and it looks new.
Yeah. Okay. Working elaborate music box or toy recently made from the canyon.
Yeah.
Neat. So something that's just brought back by a recent expedition. Okay. So we had that Phoenix is a town dedicated largely to bone crafting. They need more bones. Is there anything else you want to? Anything else you have about Phoenix? Like, what kind of architecture they use or something?
What kind of architecture do they use?
What, the lizard people or the berries?
The people of the country that
Phoenix.
is exploring.
Oh, in particular, it's probably gonna be like some European Gothic.
Because bones.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, the country itself doesn't have the bones. It's just this particular city. So they would have traditional, like, European Gothic architecture, but with also bones incorporated into the designs because it's easier to procure than stones or something. So they have, instead of walls made out of, like, wooden pikes, they have, like, giant teeth sticking out the ground or something.
And they like their whitewash to make the city look or the town look uniform.
I'm actually really digging this idea with this like little snake bowl thingy. Like somebody finds a toy.
That's a fun little toy.
Yeah.
Alright. And what's the town leadership like? Is there like a council, a mayor?
Well, it's probably since it's a craft town, it's probably got some sort of
Council.
workers' union.
Yeah.
Ooh, Safi!
What?
Look at this. This is what they found. Because lizard people, and they're gonna make a
Oh,
snake.
it's a snake.
Super cute.
It's super cute.
Next. What else? Saying about the town of Phoenix. I guess the stuff about the town will be made as we go along. We have some creatures, places. Okay. Where will your group look to go first in this place? Like, in which direction would you be looking to make your first expedition?
I don't know.
Is my voice sounding weird?
No, you sound like yourself. Whatever that's weird is up to you.
Just looking at the voice connected thing, and its
Yellow.
ping is going into the red.
Oh no, baby, no.
It's like in the 300 milliseconds currently.
Oh, there you went. Now you're starting to robot up a bit.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Connection ain't great at the moment. But yeah, do you have any ideas where you might want to make your first expedition towards? What kind of place? Is the ruin of the bear encampment?
Well, the
anything-
closest ruin probably. Oh, how about we actually find this kind of toy inside the bear's encampment? Like they've looted stuff.
Komo really
So-
wants his toy.
Yes,
One
I
of-
know. I'm sentimental like that.
One of the toys was found by another expedition. Now we are hoping to find another one in this ruin, I guess.
We demand it.
Well, that's a good 8 days one-way trip on foot. If you don't hurry it up, anyways. I guess, I guess we could just have this first session be world creation and continue on with the adventure next time.
Okay.
But one of the first things you probably should do is get some resources to make that trip.
Yeah, we're gonna need a bunch of food. At least 16 days worth of food for at least 3 people.
Well, yeah.
Is there
you can
something
also-
that we can actually hunt in the area?
Of course.
Well, yeah. What kind of animals are in here?
I mean, some like various lizards of various sizes, because obviously. And aside from that, maybe the various mammals we are used to.
There's probably some sort of oxen walking around like bisons or.
Mammal or biome bears. And of course, the smaller critters, rabbits and whatnot. Yeah, because they say one of the moves is forage. Like you can spend a day seeking food in the wild. That's a
Dude.
thing you can do. And if you do well with that, you can gain 1d4 rations and plus 1d4 if you have suitable gear to hunt. Trap.
Don't forget to bring salt.
Heck.
Salt
So,
is important.
So you can get to the food on the way places. It just takes time.
Indeed it does.
But yeah, I guess we can conclude this first session here. I'm kind of hungry. I haven't had a chance to really eat. But with the whole stuff I had to do this morning.
What?
Zafi, look.
I will look as best I can. Look at that boy.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
It's from the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
So yeah, what did you think about this whole world creation business?
It was fun.
It's a great way to get the players involved.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and everybody's getting a thing that they want, I suppose, or like excited about. Like me
Yeah,
and
like
my fucking toy.
you get a place you want to go. Is the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find myself a lizard wife.
Well,
Frozen in a
the
cryogenic chamber. Time to repopulate the Earth.
Yeah, except probably won't be able to bear like children because different species.
The places I've made seem to be rather dangerous, so I'm not sure if I want to go there, but I just wanted to think of something cool enough for you all to hopefully enjoy as part of the game. Or
Well, I like the idea of this demon tree because it gives a good reason why people haven't gone further despite the promise of good stuff. It's like, it's
Yeah.
kind of dangerous.
Hmm.
Also, early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. So maybe we'll just sit there and wait for an expedition to go there, and then just follow them, and then just wait for them to activate all the traps.
One of the landmarks in the other group created was just this giant pile of gold that just sits there.
Why didn't anyone take it?
Well,
Because
because it's a giant pile of gold that just sits there.
you can't really carry it. Gold is heavy.
Oh, okay.
And-
It's a single lump of gold.
Well, yeah,
Maybe it
kind of.
turns people into
It's
more
just-
of itself.
And it also has been there for a long time, so people are kind of suspicious of why is it still there. There must be something that prevents people from taking it, so people don't go near it.
That's actually pretty.
So
cool.
there's some sort of strong superstition against going there, despite the fact that it's clearly just a bunch of gold. Also, this much gold will probably just crash the economy of the country. Because it is still in a state where the currency is gold backed. Well, it's literally made out of
Hmm.
gold.
Well,
So if there is suddenly an influx of a whole bunch of gold, then the inflation kicks in and the gold is worth less.
in this game, basic currency is silver pieces.
Yeah.
Okay. So gold is
Gold-
pointless because the people don't have electronics, so they didn't use it for electronics as a conductor.
Well, there are gold coins, but they are very rare.
Oh, I remember reading a book once where a thief was tasked with raiding a tomb, and after he raided the tomb, and the book was pretty lengthy, and he returns back with his task finished, and he gets paid in golden coins. And the problem is, nobody in the country accepts golden coins anymore because reasons. maybe they were too expensive or something. Basically, he got a useless reward. He got a proper reward. He got a bunch of gold, but he can't use these golden coins stamped with like a face of the emperor because everybody uses silver and copper instead. So people
Well-
would think he is a counterfeit or something like that.
well, I mean, wasn't he rogue or something? He probably should know way fans to be able to resmelt them into jewelry or whatever.
Jewelry.
I don't know. Someone might be suspect about the fact this guy wants to smelt down golden coins.
Well, that's why it's a trusted partner that he already fancies stuff to. That he steals. I mean, presumably Tomb Raider doesn't have tight enough morals to not have such a partner.
Look at this golden boy.
Will I though? Will I? Ooh, he's pretty.
That's a nice dog.
Look at this. Look at this fucking post about where the anvils went.
Anvils?
Just read the post. It's great.
Yes.
It is a good question, isn't it?
This is not the pointless conversation, you old twat. This is actually very interesting. It's like Mike the Liar complaining about missing calipers in Skyrim, because in Oblivion, he's actually running around the map and he's picking up every calipers that he finds. Like the character, the NPC is just doing that for some reason. But there are no calipers in Skyrim. Wow, I'm delicious. Oh, I got my throat. I think I'll be calling it a day soon because I can't talk anymore. Also, that is a spooky dog. Where's that from?
Oh my god, this is awesome though.
I think that's Magic the Gathering Wolf. Scouch Wolf.
It's Magic the Gathering, yeah.
Fucking Urban Dictionary, what the hell, man? This is a little more political than I want to get, but this is like interesting.
Let's call them Trump camps. Attach his name to them. Make
Yep.
him own it. His name and his brand is the only thing he cares about. This will be his legacy, what everyone in the future will.
No, I
First
mean
things
the
that's
Urban
wanna hear
Dictionary
about
part. There's
Donald
like an
Trump.
Urban Dictionary entry of this.
Below.
Yeah.
Unconstitutional internment camp, but there are no camps.
I don't know if there are, but people are saying
There are
so.
camps there are camps where children are held while their parents are being processed, and
Yeah,
the
but
court
anyway,
hearings are
I just thought this was very like an interesting approach to the situation, but it's like I said,
Well,
more
the
political than
problem-
I usually want to get.
Yeah, the problem is Obama made them though.
But
Obama made
isn't
them?
president anymore, so therefore he's automatically absolved of anything that's currently happening.
Yeah, why is he claiming that the economy is his? He's actually officially complaining that people are claiming his achievements
Anyway,
as Trump's.
here's some fun art of characters. Look at that art.
What's that? Oh, that's a red Sonic.
At the end, you see Pig catching a frog.
Robot
So
Sonics are
simple.
cool. I know this artist. I like this artist. It's cool.
Let's see.
Yes, Big the cat. And also, I don't know that frog, but it's cute.
Here's some more cute art, so you can all be like, "Oh, that's cute."
The Elemental Dragon.
Okay.
That's a funky
Oh my
dragon.
God. Oh my god, the stories.
Yeah, this funky dragon.
Yeah, that's a really cool dragon.
Black, red, crab claws.
Heck.
Like, imagine this looking even more demonic with like horns and whatever, and that's pretty much what Sapphire Kosh was like.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And the person is asking if it was full of porn. This is how it will be remembered. That this is good. This. This is like my aspiration. I want to learn to draw so that when I'm old, if I live long enough, I will still be able to employ myself, because all the like big artists in the world are like old people that draw tits and don't care about anything. I want to be the old guy that draws tits for money.
Just draw a bunch of circles. Holy crap. Look at this. It's the double kick. That's
Oh
interesting.
heck!
I never saw that video though.
Have I shown you? I don't think I've actually shown you the. Let me find it. Are you guys familiar with the term tool-assisted superplay?
Tool assisted
No.
superplay?
Tool-assisted superplay is when you're using a program to perform combos and such for you.
Oh, okay.
Basically, to create something like this,
Task the
like
citizens.
highly choreographed battles and
Let's
whatnot.
go for it.
Instead of going fast, you go impressive. Although, I guess.
Holy shit, that looks so cool though.
But it's basically two programs fighting each other.
This looks like a fucking Matrix fight, man.
Yeah.
He recovers. Wow. It only takes a fucking minute, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Oh wow! And then they block each other with their own attacks. That's awesome. Goddamn. It's got better fight choreography than fucking. I don't know. I won't say something, but my brain decided to fart. Now they're fighting under the stage. What the hell?
They're keeping each other in there by kicking each other's face.
This is so cool, though.
Yeah, this is what tool-assisted superplay. It's very impressive. That's what I've been using for my videos and such.
Anyway, I need to cut the stream.
Okay,
Yeah.
you've been streaming? That's good. Well, now people can hear me coughing for 4 hours.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Three tops.
Bye.